This project was all about boosting existing festivals by providing them with a whole new dimension, creating new festivals and actively encouraging collaboration to increase overall attendance. Glasu achieved these aims mainly by helping with financial support through the Festivals and Events Enterprise Fund, as well as through help with networking and building capacity. Increased ticket sales are only one benefit of increased attendance at festivals. There is also an increase in trade in local cafes and bars, and the huge benefit to local suppliers and retailers who provide services and rely on them as a major source of income. One existing festival which received considerable funding and support to help it expand is the Gwyl y Golau, or Festival of Lights, a lantern festival that takes place in October in Machnylleth each year. As part of its support for the festival, Glasu organised a lantern making instructor to run workshops at various locations in order to produce that year's lanterns and to impart and foster skills which it is hoped will be maintained year on year.
The Powys Festivals and Events project is about supporting festivals and events in the county. It was targeted specifically at new festivals and events to encourage more activity, which obviously brings in tourists to the county. It's also about looking at the festivals that exist in the county, of which there are literally hundreds, far more than anyone ever imagined, and supporting them in developing and or experimenting, exploring or expanding. Glasu in the previous years had set up Wonderful Wales, which was the Welsh Festival of Wool and Natural Fibres, and through that experience realised the number of visitors that this festival was bringing to the county, and therefore the impact that festivals and events, although they may have a very community, very Welsh, very local focus, actually are an incentive for tourists to visit the areas, and so therefore festivals and events have a very positive impact. I think festivals and events have a huge range of benefits for communities. I mean, firstly, I suppose there's the economic benefit because they are an attraction and they do bring in visitors to the area, but also there are a number of industries and sole traders, for instance craft workers or people who are working sound and lighting or tent provision, catering, security, etc. So all of those businesses are dependent on the festivals and events.
Well, I think the businesses have been very fortunate because the bonfire celebrations always used to be run by the Rotary Club, and of course the Rotary Club finished, so this has taken over, and I think it's really good for the town. People come together, people from the area come together, and it's something that's unique. I don't think anybody else in Mid Wales does it. Well, the football club is like the lantern procession. It's a charity, so we allow them to use all the facilities, then we get a donation, and then of course the donation in turn then goes to pay for referees. So there we are. It's as important to us to have the lantern procession as it is for the lantern procession to have our football field.
This is our third year. So individually we did for the first year. Then last year we did a large one with the village hall in Durham Last for our local community, and then this year again we've done one with the community again. I think it's almost a celebration, isn't it, of community spirit. I think it feels to me that it's all almost collaborative working. People come together and of all sorts of parts of the community, which is nice, and more so as the years progress. It's becoming more so, you know, people are joining in, all sorts of, from very young to a little bit older, which is nice, which is very nice. It doesn't have, you don't have to be particularly artistic to do a lantern, which is nice.
It's fun walking around with holding the lanterns, and afterwards it's fun because you see all the lights in the sky because of the fireworks.
It was started by a group of local residents about 10 years ago, as I said. They wanted to draw on the Welsh tradition of taking light from one village to another, but also to celebrate one of the Celtic fire festivals as well. I think when it first started it was very workshop based, and what we've tried to do over the last 3 years with money from Glasu, actually, a big part, is to encourage people to sort of take on ownership of that event, and also to build skills within the community so that they can do it themselves, and to sort of encourage confidence. So we've gone out to community and worked in their village halls, worked at schools, worked with organisations like the Guides or St John's Ambulance, and we've kind of helped them, and this year they're pretty much winging it on their own, quite a lot of them.
I've been involved in the festival for 4 years now. The first year I was asked to do a little bit of drumming and I walked along with the procession. For the last couple of years I've been involved with the making of lanterns. The first year we made a mill wheel. This year our little community's built an apple. There was a young lady came to help us, an artist that's been employed by the organisers, and she was very, very good. Her name was Laura Snowball, which is a lovely name, isn't it? Well, Laura Snowball came along to our stables, which is where we're building the apple, and we were all wondering how it was going to be structured, and within 5 minutes she more or less got the structure sorted out. And later on there was another lady, another artist by the name of Caitlin. She came along and set up the lighting inside the apple, which we then covered with paper, of course.
In all, 10 brand new festivals have started in Powys as a direct or indirect result of the project, and 28 existing festivals have been supported in their development. The impact of these festivals on the tourism and development of the area should not be underestimated.